Welcome back to the Big Catch Tacklebox, and I know I say this every single video, but say it with me. I haven't filmed this in a while, and actually I haven't filmed this in a really long time, because they updated this game September 30th. It is currently... what day is it? It's currently October 14th, and I'm seeing the update for the first time. I know how sad that is, but I have a reason. So, if you've been watching my streams, or the VOD channel, you know that I've been very busy this month. Not only have I been streaming a lot, but also if you didn't know, I'm actually editing for someone. So, you know, I'm obviously going to prioritize those videos over my own, for obvious reasons. But not only do I have that to work on, but also it doesn't help that I'm leaving in the middle of the month, so, you know, that is a problem. And even if I wasn't, I still really wouldn't have a lot of time to film, because I'm busy. October's a big month for us Corvids, so, you know, you understand, I hope. Anyway, we are finally back in the Big Catch Tacklebox. It's been a long time. It's been too long. I haven't recorded a video in several weeks, and I've honestly missed it. I don't want any of you to think that I'm avoiding it on purpose, because yes, I have problems with procrastination, and yes, I have problems with getting things done. This is not where I need to be. I don't know where I need to go. I do actually like making videos. I prefer streaming more, but I do like videos. It's not a thing I don't like, so never think that I don't want to do this. Which I don't know if that's a thing anyone actually thinks, but I don't know. I just want to let everyone know. I like this. I like doing what I do. So, I have missed this so much, and so it's good to be back. I'm only gonna be able to get probably a couple videos out this month, which I know is really sad and kind of pathetic. Actually, probably very pathetic, but it's just the reality we live in. So, if you want to see more content from me, fun fact, I'm streaming all month long, and I have a VOD channel. Go check out the VOD channel. There is several hours of content that I have produced if you just can't get enough of me. So, go check that out. We're back in Tacklebox. Oh, what happened to the camera? I'm sorry? Okay. They updated things in this game, and I don't know exactly what they updated. I mean, it's still a demo, but hey, props to them for keeping it updated. They changed some, like, bugs, but I've never experienced a lot of those bugs. They changed, I guess, some graphics. I don't know if I'm insane, but it looks to me like Tackle's gloves are just a little shinier. But maybe I just haven't looked at them in a while. I know they changed the main menu. The options have, like, a little different thing now. They look a little different, and so that's neat. Wow, those coins drop real far. It's just like dropping something in real life. Y'all have done that, right? Where you drop something and you go to look for it, and it appears, like, 2 miles... like, later. I am not doing well. I've forgotten half the controls, so bear with me. This is going to be a tough episode. But this is the final area that we need to go. If you've noticed, there's a big building here. This is the last major area we have left in the game. But this is a beast of an area. This is going to take several episodes to get through, unless I cut out just a ton of stuff. But this is the one area in the actual main game I have yet to conquer. So some of this will be uncharted territory. Oh, you're down there. I'll get you later when I inevitably fall. But I don't want to cut out too much of it. I want to showcase most of this. Because I think that'd be interesting and neat. So, you know, I'm going to do that. But so far, as long as I can get into the building first, it should be a relatively easy journey. Shouldn't take too long. It took me a little bit when I first did it, but of course I'm a veteran. I know what I'm doing. I don't really know what to talk about. It's been such a long time. Okay, there I go. Well, we'll talk about me being bad at the game. It's been forever, but I feel like nothing's happened, because this month has mostly just been me streaming. Streaming, and preparing for my trip. Because it's been a lot of navigating personal matters, editing for this this video I have to work on, technically 2, but I'm only working on 1 right now. And then preparing for the trip, managing streaming, and then videos have really taken the back burner. Because of all the things, the videos are the things, in my opinion, that can wait. Because I don't want to delay streams. Because like I said, I do like streams, so streams do take priority. But also, I did want to do something special for Halloween. Because like I said, October is a big month for us Corvids. It's like the most recognition we'll ever get. So it's a big deal. I'm very busy. I went to Spirit Halloween, and I saw the abomination that was. It was a crow skull mask, which is neat. It's one of those masks where it's got like the talking thing, and so when people wear it and they talk, it looks like they're talking. I call it an abomination because it is not at all accurate to what actual crow skulls look like. It is very flat and stout, whereas crow's beaks are not, you know, not ibis levels of long, but they're not, you know, it's not like it's a finch. It's like, no, it's got length. And so, yeah. At least they're trying, I think. I don't know. Spirit Halloween, I don't know if it's a national thing, because I know Halloween is mostly an American holiday, but speaking to some more foreign, at least for me, viewers on my streams, I know that it has made its way into the common, like, presence in some other countries. And there's probably a better way to say that, but I sure didn't. Anyway, if you're not from the US, basically Spirit Halloween is this major Halloween store that it comes up like September now, and it's this kind of, if I can be honest, shitty Halloween store that is a staple of Halloween in the US. And they have electronics, and or not electronics. They have animatronics, and they have costumes and masks and all sorts of stuff you could imagine. And the kind of thing that always happens with them is they always take the place of abandoned stores. So, in where, you know, like Kmart and Toys R Us and Sears used to be, Popsies, which are all stores that went out of business, are these Spirit Halloweens that come up, and like ghosts, they're there for a second and then they disappear as soon as you see them. And so it's just kind of fun. Spirit Halloween is a like a rite of passage if you're gonna experience Halloween, which I like. Halloween, like I said, October's a big month because of Halloween. If Halloween wasn't a thing, then October would be, you know, nothing more than any of the other months. But because of Halloween, and everyone's like, oh, crows and ravens, you know, that's why it's so important. And, you know, even just a little bit of public exposure is nice. It's nice to see some recognition for once. Because oftentimes, we're just overlooked. Sad, really. I forgot that was quicksand. So this is inside the temple now. And there's a lot of different parkour elements here that I'm not a huge fan of. That's more quicksand. Having a real good time. I don't remember there being a fish down here, and I don't remember how I caught said fish. I guess like that. All right. Does my mouse still show up on screen? Does my mouse not show up on screen anymore? I didn't see it. I instinctively moved it out of the way. But if it doesn't show up, hey, that's a great update. That's the one thing that's been bothering me the whole time, is the mouse shows up on screen. Time for this nightmare. This thing took me so damn long to do. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But essentially, what I have to do is I'll show you. So we got to go here, there, and then all across here. Then actually we get to this vine thing, where we can go and climb this vine thing and go down there. And eventually I'll be able to make my way to that platform over there, that I can knock that fishing pole down so I can climb up there. This is at least for me, was a beast of a parkour feat, I guess. A challenge? Whatever. It took me a long time to cramp. Not crap, or cramp. It took me a long time to crack. But the the trick is not falling into quicksand, but it is in fact wall running and jumping off said walls. That is the absolute trick, and so that being said, now that I know how to do it, doesn't make it any easier. But at least I know I've done it before, I can do it again. Whereas before, it was all brand new, unconquered territory. So, we might be here a while. So, heads up, as a warning. Yeah. So, there are specific walls where even the tiniest one counts. And so that is also a problem to us, because a lot of these jumps are scary. And they shouldn't be hard, but I guess for me they are. Wall running has never been my strongest suit. I've gotten decent at it because of this game, but there's still some wall runs that I struggle on immensely. Like this one, for instance, you have to run on this one, and then this one, and that one. There's 3 walls there you have to run on. And this one, you gotta, I think, run on 3 again. So every single wall matters, which is a lesson it took me a long time to learn the first time. Oh, also, fun fact, I do want to, I want to show this off. You can wall run between these 2 walls. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, like this. And so then you can climb up the wall this way, which I think is fun. And so it's like, as you can see, I'm not bad at wall running. I'm actually quite decent at it if I get into the flow state. But there's just certain wall runs that really mess me up for whatever reason. It's probably a mental thing. I think it's entirely a mental thing. Well, not, maybe, yeah, I think it's a mental thing. Because it's not like I don't have the skill. I absolutely do. But I think it's also, I'm just looking at it the wrong way. I've been thinking about what pumpkins I'm gonna carve this year. Because staples of Halloween are like, I can't, I lose some momentum where I have to keep it there. Trick-or-treating obviously is the main thing, but you have things like pumpkin carving is big, and then, you know, handing out candy, dressing up, right? And the candy and the dressing up are part of trick-or-treating, but, you know, those are kind of like elements to it. But they're not necessarily always hand in hand, because Halloween changes depending on your age. When I was a lot younger, the big thing used to be candy. Candy, candy, candy. Now, I'm not actually the biggest fan of candy. I don't really eat candy a lot. And so, now, the going into my teenage years, the biggest thing was dressing up. I really like dressing up. And so every year I try to come up with some elaborate costume that was unique and fun that I could do to impress my friends. I remember one year as a plague doctor, which is pretty easy, given the beak. So that wasn't a hard one to come up with. But that was before COVID. Are we allowed to say COVID on YouTube now? I remember for a while they got mad at that. I don't know. If I get in trouble, I get in trouble. Anyway, you know, the big pandemic thing. I was a plague doctor before that thing hit. And then I had to struggle, because it was hard to find parts for the costume. Because before, the plague doctor, it was kind of like this niche thing. It was like a, you know, brief historical thing, and some niche communities kind of knew about it. And so there was some plague doctor stuff, but not a whole lot. As soon as that whole thing happened, COVID, plague doctor costumes were everywhere, and plague doctors were now this huge thing. And so I was really upset, because I had to struggle to get parts for my costume, and then there was a bunch of pre-made stuff already made after I'd already done it. So I consider myself a bit of a pioneer in that regard. But dressing up, anyway, long story short, dressing up was a big thing. Now, as I've gotten even older, I find that the most fun part about it is the pumpkin carving. Letting our artistic and creative side show. I find the pumpkin carving to be really, really satisfying and fulfilling. And so now, every year, I go and I try to find a pumpkin. Oh, I barely made that. design that I think I can try and carve. I got a lot of inspiration from a lot of those pumpkin carving shows. Again, that might be a US only thing, but they have a lot of shows where it's like, if you ever know those like baking shows where it's a baking competition, it's basically the same thing, except in this instance it is pumpkin carving. So it was these pumpkin carving shows, and it was a competition to who basically could carve the best pumpkin, and people carved some beautiful, beautiful pumpkins. And so I took inspiration, and I always thought, hey, I wanted to do that. And so every year I've been steadily trying to increase my skills in pumpkin carving. And I try to come up with more elegant designs and things I can do, and tips and tricks I can use. This year I think I want to mess around with paint, as I haven't done that before. And then several years ago I tried my carving away the skin of the pumpkin, but not carving all the way through, which is a thing you see more of the, quote-unquote professionals doing. And now that's become a thing I do every year. And so I'm not a good pumpkin carver, but I'm getting better at it, and I try every year. So that's been the most fun thing about Halloween for me. And so no matter what, with the exception of maybe trick-or-treating, no matter what I'm doing, because I was a kid, I'll explain in a minute, there's always a lot of thought and planning that goes into these. Like I said, when I was a kid, I didn't really put a lot into getting candy. You ring on the door, and you get candy. Of course, you could plan, which neighborhoods give the best candy? I didn't care. Worst case scenario, I just get to eat all the leftovers that my parents bought for all the other trick-or-treaters. And so, like, I knew I'd get candy, so I'm not gonna, really complain. And plus, I had relatives who would send huge boxes of candy. Anyway, so I was never starved for candy. For better or for worse. Mostly for worse. But that was never really a thing I had to worry about. But with costumes, I always wanted to plan... Why I did it again. I wanted to plan these elegant costumes. And so that was always a thing that took a lot of planning. And I had to search for parts. Because a lot of stores have pre-made costumes. I always had to make my own. But I always had to... I had to improvise, and I had to take different elements and kind of craft it myself. And so I liked that. Because usually, even if they had pre-built parts that I liked that would also fit, then, I wouldn't like that specific kind. And so I was perfectly happy to do it. And now that I'm no longer dressing up, now the biggest thing is pumpkins. And obviously, since it's an artistic thing, there's a lot of thought and design that goes into it. And so now there's a lot of planning. And so I've been trying to plan what I'm going to carve into my pumpkin. I oftentimes do multiple pumpkins, it's not just one. And I have several ideas, but I haven't settled on a design yet. And so that's also been something I've had to think about. I keep messing up this jump, and it's because I'm trying to compensate for if I miss it, even though I've made it every single time. And by trying to compensate, I can't actually fix that compensation if it turns out I did make it. And so it's becoming kind of like this weird thing where, I wonder if this would be easier. That would be easier. Okay, wow. Hey, I did it. As soon as I stop talking, I can actually do the parkour. Fancy that. Okay, this thing, I might have to be quiet for this. This part is hard. This stupid bit. I have to mentally prepare for this. Okay. One, I'm really proud of myself because it took me a lot longer to actually do this when I did the actual thing the first time. And I've actually kind of sped through this, which I'm very happy about. I'm still really nervous about this, though. Oh, I might have screwed that up. I think I have to swing this way. Yeah, I messed it up. I think I have to use the leverage that I first get. Which I forgot about. Okay, well, back here. I mean, this is already a tremendous... This is already a tremendous amount of progress, so I'm really happy with the progress I made this episode, because I don't even know if I would I didn't think I'd get this far. So the fact that I'm going this fast means that I actually have high hopes for this only taking 2 episodes. Maybe a third just to finish up some scraps, but I'm really happy with what I've done here. Long story short, I'm not good at telling short stories. Ask me summaries of my stories, and I will not know what to do. I like pumpkin carving. And so on streams, we have kind of looked at the game, the annual Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival? Festival, it's not Carnival, Festival. And it's a game where you can carve pumpkins and put them in this little Halloween thing, and everyone could look at the neat pumpkins you made. And you're all little ghosts. It's nice. And you can become a tiny ghost if you eat mushrooms. It's weird, I know. But it's kind of fun because it's actually kind of like a flying simulator. So I like being the tiny ghost and just kind of flying around. But anyway, I have made 2 pumpkins. One was a really duck or rabbit one. You know the optical illusion where, like, is it a duck or is it a rabbit? And it kind of looks like both. And people argue over which it is. Yeah, so I made a very, very lazy version of that in like a few minutes. And it got 22 likes as of recording this video, last time I checked, which was last night. Which is really shocking to me. There we go. Did it. That took so long to get the first time. Okay. Now that I'm here, the easy part is here. The hard part is over. Oh. Oh, there we go. So yeah, there's this pumpkin carving game, and I've been using that as a template for the pumpkins I'm going to carve in real life. Because it's not a very accurate carving program. Like, it's very rudimentary, and there's only a couple. There's literally 2 tools you have at your disposal. So it's not a one-for-one by any means, and it's kind of hard to control sometimes. But it is very useful. Now I don't have to do that ever again. Alright. Make the gap. There we go. Anyway, and so, hey, I don't have to keep buying real pumpkins and trying to test on them. I can actually just do it in this program and then mimic what I make in the program. So, all in all, it is actually very useful. And so I have been using that program to test what I will be doing for my actual pumpkins this year. The problem is, I just haven't come up with any designs. Hey, that worked out real well. Anyway, so, yeah, but my Duck or Rabbit pumpkin got 22 likes, and it got a ribbon. I guess this year they added ribbons, so once every 24 hours you can award a pumpkin a ribbon, which is basically your way of saying, I really, really like this, I guess. And so, mine got... Oh, I forgot. I need to jump off the wall, I think, if I remember how to do this. This part also took me forever to figure out how to do. But I think it's just that. It's not that complex. I was just overthinking it. And now we're up here. Isn't that fun? And I can stalk my prey. Don't jump over me. That's not fair. Why did God give fish legs? You can... What? Since when can you attack me? There's no mouse on screen. I'm so glad they fixed that. God, when did the fish become tactical? Pun not intended. Is there another fish? I hear another one. Oh, no, I just hear that. Where does this go? All the way down here? Neat. Okay, cool. Nice shortcut. I made a second pumpkin where it was a maze. And so, that one actually got 44 likes, and 3 ribbons, which I'm very happy about. Because that one I actually put time and effort in, and it's nice to see that the thing I put a lot of time and effort to got more popular than the thing that was 5 minutes. So, I know it's kind of like a thing as an artist, like the thing you spend your whole life on never gets any attention, and the thing you just, you know, quickly put out is the thing that gets famous. It's like, oh, that's nice. But not true in this case. So that's good. Originally, I wanted to design Root pumpkins. So there's a board game called Root. If you watch my streams, you know I've played it before. I have a deep love for this game. And I wanted to carve root pumpkins, but that was easier said than done. And I didn't really like the designs I had made, and you're only allowed to carve so many pumpkins, and because I've used up like half of my designs already, I'm not going to be able to post all the pumpkins I want. And so I might just skip on the root design, but I did carve some, and I'm pretty happy with what I had carved so far, with the exception of like 1 or 2 pumpkins. So that was the thing that happened, I guess. I also don't know how to delete pumpkins, because I've used several pumpkins as a test, and now I just have them, and I don't know how to get rid of them. So, I don't know, if you're a dev, because I don't know how to give feedback, if you're a dev watching, please be a way to get rid of pumpkins. Or, like, save them, and then be able to delete them or something, because I don't know how to get rid of them. Alright, where do I go from here? Oh, I remember what to do. Make it. No! Oh, I'm just back right here. Alright. This jump is not that hard, and I have struggled on it for a very long time, actually. There we go. I got it. I don't know why this jump took me so long to do, but for whatever reason, I struggle on it. Alright, now we're up here, and we can go up here, and now, finally, I am in this building, and I get another shortcut. Look at that. We love shortcuts. I think I can just... I don't know if there's anything that would make me lose my health, but just in case, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I will go and heal. I think that's also a save mechanic too, so worst case scenario, I'm saving. Alright, now we're here. The kind of upsetting thing is, this is about maybe like half my progress I made. Oh. The kind of sad thing is, this is... Why is my thing having problems? And the thing being me. I don't want to have to do this jump again, but it's the shortest way. Well, I fell down. I'm upset about that. So I gotta get back over there. Well, actually, these shouldn't be that hard. I don't even have to speak now. You know, the sad thing is, this is about half my progress I actually made in my normal save. Like, we're almost through everything I've been through. I'm both happy and shocked that I've made this much progress. Okay, this jump was hard. Let's see if I spent so long trying to master this jump. I forget exactly how I did it. I think I just ran down and gained speed. Oh.